what we're going to talk about is commercial versus residential real estate. Lucas, and do you want to kind of define the difference in the two, just so people know?
I think, that's a great point, man. It's challenging. Sometimes I struggle with it as well, because then there's like commercial and residential financing and loans. So
that's the confusing part.
That is confusing. So that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the asset type.
Okay.
And we own both, so we can speak to both in a way. And there's pros and cons of both. But before we get into the pros and cons and figuring out what's right for you, let's start by understanding what is commercial real estate and what is residential real estate. So commercial real estate, think offices, retail, warehouses, industrial, self-storage facilities.
Think business.
Yeah, a business as the tenant
or just the business as the self-storage, a business as the owner, a business owns self-storage.
Yeah, anything that generates business, any building that generates business revenue.
Yep.
Cool. Residential, single family homes, that's the easiest one. Duplexes, condos, small multifamilies, like you're talking about like 3 or 4 units, I assume. And then would you say apartments, multifamily buildings?
For this, yes.
5+
is residential.
We're going to count it as residential.
I'm looking at this as, and like you talk about the loan side of it, where it can get confusing because we have commercial loans on our single families, but you can get a commercial loan on our 32 unit. However, I'm looking this, Lucas, just if you work there, it's commercial. If you live there, it's residential. How about that?
Or if you don't live there, anything real estate that you don't live there.
Yeah, so if
a storage facility, you don't work at a storage.
Yeah, but
that's commercial.
the storage, that's kind of the only one.
Yeah,
and most storage facilities have a little office in them.
You can operate a Etsy shop out of it too.
There you go. Well,
like we have someone doing that.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in general,
takes great care.
In general, if it's somewhere where somebody works, it's commercial, and if it's somewhere where somebody sleeps and it's their house and their home or their rental, then it's residential.
That's how we're going to define it today. Cool.
Okay, for sure.
Who are you? You're as a real estate investor, you're owning the building.
Yes.
Right? So who are your tenants is what we're talking about. Is this someone that lives there or is it someone that works there?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's
how we're going to define it. I like that. Cool.